When Lookout Frederick Fleet spotted the iceberg, the sea was calm and the sky glowed with stars. He rang the bell 3 times and grabbed the phone. "Iceberg right ahead." The officer on the bridge simply thanked him and hung up. And just like that, the irreversible 2 hours and 40 minutes began for the ship believed to be unsinkable. On the night of April 14, 1912, Titanic was moving at full speed. The helm was turned to port, but it was already too late. Only 37 seconds after the iceberg was sighted, the ship scraped along its side. A mass of ice that had been standing there for centuries, possibly since ancient times, sealed Titanic's fate. Captain Edward Smith realized the ship was wounded, yet he didn't panic, because everyone shared the same thought. Titanic cannot sink. When the ship had set sail, that was the idea people clung to. 269 meters long, weighing 46,000 tons, the largest ship of its time. 14 watertight compartments, new technologies, pumps. On paper, everything looked perfect. Everything except the one thing that mattered the most. Lifeboats. Titanic could carry over 3,500 people, yet it had only 20 lifeboats. The reason was absurdly negligent. Too many lifeboats ruined the aesthetic. Even one of the ship's 4 funnels wasn't functional. It was added purely for looks. In the end, hundreds paid for that aesthetic choice with their lives. That night, Titanic received multiple warning calls. The last one came at 21:40, but due to workload and carelessness, it never reached the captain. Had that warning made it through, maybe hundreds of people would still be alive today. Another major problem was the Californian. The ship closest to Titanic. It was only 8 miles away, yet it never heard the distress calls. Titanic's wireless operator, overwhelmed by passengers' messages, had snapped at the Californian's operator earlier. Feeling insulted, he simply shut off his device and went to rest. When Titanic hit the iceberg, Californian's radio was silent. They saw the rockets, but since they were white, they thought it was a celebration and ignored them. No one panicked immediately after the collision, because they all believed this ship cannot sink. The orchestra kept playing. People tried to understand what was happening, but it was already too late. Once the lifeboats were uncovered, the gravity of the situation became clear. Women and children first. The wireless room sent CQD. Then, for the first time in history, an SOS signal. At 0220, Titanic disappeared beneath the water. 710 people survived, but thousands died in the freezing sea. Class determined fate that night. First class survival rate, 60%. Second class, 36%. Third class, only 24%. Every first-class child survived. Many children from lower classes never got the same chance. Carpathia reached the area at dawn and rescued the remaining survivors. April 15, 1912, forever marked as the sinking of the Titanic. After the disaster, maritime safety rules were rewritten from scratch. Lifeboats now had to match passenger numbers. Radios required 24-hour duty, and full speed in ice fields became classified as deliberate negligence. But none of these changes could bring back the innocent lives lost. There are a few important lessons we can take from this, my friends. Life often brings things we cannot predict. That's why making decisions with a little less emotion and a little more reason might one day save our lives. If the wireless operator hadn't turned off his device, countless people might still be alive, and he would have realized the true weight of his duty. Second, our choices should never grant one person freedom while trapping another. Just like Titanic's 4th decorative funnel and the lack of lifeboats for the sake of appearance. Every documentary, every video, every text carries lessons beyond the event itself, if you're curious enough to see them. On this channel, I try to share stories from every corner of life, and the deeper lessons hidden behind those stories. If this kind of content interests you, feel free to follow and leave a like. Take care and stay curious. Stay informed.